So advertising is the second most important revenue stream for the company. It's just about 30% of the total, and it's also grown well over the long term. So you have various tiers of sponsorship relationships with your partners. Could you just talk about the different levels of those sponsorships, the benefits they receive, the nature of those relationships, please?
Okay. The first I have to express that sponsoring is very important for our relative competitiveness within the league, because the national broadcasting money is distributed more or less on the same level. But sponsoring is a difference you can make. We have a level nearly 150 million in sponsoring, and this is comparable high to all others. That is, we are the second in the German markets in respect of the level of sponsoring. The different partners are, we have main partners like the name right holder of the stadium, the shirt sponsor, which is in our case Evonik and 1&1, depending for which competitions, and as kit sponsor we are working with Puma. These companies are also on the equity side of Borussia Dortmund. They are shareholders of Borussia Dortmund. They're strategic partners, and we work very long term with these partners. So they have a high importance for us, and surely a high economic impact in respect of what they're paying for their sponsorship. And they're very big rights they occupy. Then you have Champions partner that varies between 10 to 14 Champions partners you have under contract. These are mid-term contracts, 3-5 years, depending with you're working, and they have exclusivity for their branches. And then below this, you have the partner level, and there you have the premium partners with bigger packages, bigger sponsoring packages. They are not that long term, they're more mid-term or short term, but bigger packages in normal ordinary partners with smaller packages. But all over, there are a lot of companies, and this gives us a stability, and it's not so risk concentrating on a few partners. And this makes our sponsoring level relatively good, predictable.
And how do you develop relationships with those new partners?
Well, we have a department, a sales department, where a lot of people are working. And we are also contracted a marketing company, which is Sport5, with offices all over the world. And they talk to potential partners. And there are a lot of research they're doing and then developing sponsoring packages for the purpose and needs of certain sponsors. And that we do all over the world with a lot of people. It's brand marketing, what we're doing.
So the obvious question for investors is, where does the growth come from? Presumably there's a maximum number of partners you can have because the existing partners don't want to be diluted in their exposure.
Well, first of all, as you develop the prices for your sponsorships over the time, and that depends on your sportive success. The more sportive successful you are, the better, the higher the price tag on the certain rights you have. This is one thing. The other is you have a new world of digitalization and internationalization, where you can do regional partnerships abroad in certain countries. Digitalization on certain platforms, you have digital rights to sell, they're not that limited. And though you have, for example, virtual advertising, where you can sell an advertising in the stadium and at the same time for a specific target market on the TV screen appears at different sponsors. So there are multiple possibilities to develop sponsorship over time and abroad. And this is important. For that reason, internationalization and digitalization is a very important issue for us, for our brand development, to make Borussia from a European brand, maybe in the future to a world brand in football. We talked earlier about the level of football brands. We are now some kind of a sweet spot. We are still not the one of the top brands in the international football, but we are working on internationalization and digitalization to get it more and more developed.